All right, says I'm live. Check, 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 check. One, two, three, four. All right, folks. Uh, where we at? Uh, Trying to put it back together. It's been a rough week, man. A lot of stuff's going on. Anyhow, let's get back to it. Let's welcome people coming in. Dardar, what's up, man? Dardar said he loves my um, response channel. So that's a lot of people actually want to at you and respond to you and all that kind of stuff because they want to get attention on a larger channel. And sometimes it's rewarded, sometimes it's not. But I didn't want to put that on my other channels because my other channels serve a purpose, and going over response and nonsense or foolishness is not what this channel's about. So I didn't want to um, impose you guys with that kind of crap. So if it's there, there's a channel for it. If you guys, people that are into that, they will gravitate to it. The people that don't like that stuff, they can just avoid it. So, if uh, I don't really beef, but I do respond. And sometimes, sometimes I'll get petty, but that's what the master teacher response is all about. The master teacher I'm just trolling my detractors, okay, by using that title. They don't really know it, but I'm just trolling them that way. But that's what that channel's for. So for people that follow me, that just like to hear me talk shit, okay, to other people, that's what that's for. I don't know. On occasion, I'll actually respond to some people. I've done two already to Clarence Jr. because he got on my nerves, and I promised him the next time you put my name in the title, okay, I'm gonna, we're gonna draw swords. So that's what that's about. Um, so um, the other stuff, I'm trying to start to put content back on my Black Pill Gnostic because you like to see me react to chicks and do the female stuff, which is where that is mostly. I put female stuff from time to time here, but mostly over here is more about more serious stuff, like more that's something that has to do with us and the politics and situation of the Black Manosphere itself, and other stuff that's more serious that doesn't, talking about shit about women and females and critiquing them is fun, sometimes even necessary. But I think that's what Black Pill Gnostic is for. I decided to dedicate that channel to that kind of stuff, like um, probably the table talk about the breaking the table, all kind of stuff. Probably should have been over here, but I thought it was best over there because that's black female centered shit that I'm trying not to. I'm trying to kind of separate the streams a little bit. So people that don't like the female talk and all that kind of crap, then they don't have to go there. They don't like to see me respond to people. Okay, that's black. The black uh, master teacher response is for that kind of stuff. So if you don't like that shit, you ain't got to go there. Um, there's like when I separated me talking to women, that's like I'm gonna ever be just for women. So when women want to talk to me, or they want to talk to me in an environment that's suited for women, so as to get down deep into some shit, that's for. That's why I try to separate the streams. Even my Black Gnostic Speaks is for general manosphere. Okay, it's not centered on Black manosphere. So when I put stuff on Black Gnostic Speaks, it's not centered on Black people. Okay, it's centered on general manosphere, which there probably is stuff that could go over there. So don't really focus on it. I probably need to um, get back to it and actually start dropping stuff over there because it's hell. I got what, like 12,000 subscribers over there that I don't pay attention to. So I might get back to that. But that's just FYI. So I'm going to talk about it. I'll get back to actually welcoming people in and get to your questions. What's your opinion on high yield savings? Is it too risky in this economy right now? Nope. But savings, high yield savings is fine. Okay. Um, Read the fine print, but for the most part, unless you with a risky bank that doesn't have your savings uh, insured, it's just like anything else. Okay. If you're going to invest, just if it's high yield savings, it's an investment, right? That's money that you're probably not going to use. It's like an investment. It's almost like a nest egg investment, but you don't pay your bills with it. So, would I use it? Yes, because it's safer than the stock market. It is safer um, than some other kind of things. Okay, depends on the yield. Depends on if those are like white paper CDs, right? And that's what people. That's how money moves. They're trying to get the white paper back up. Since the interest rates are up and stuff like that. Um, that's how business moves is with those high yield savings with those CDs because it can actually loan out your money in short term ways like 90 days, 180 days, something like that. So if it's available, if the interest rates are ripe, yeah, go ahead and take advantage of it. It's less risky than some other stuff. Please don't let May up today. I don't think May really. No, I didn't let May up. The one time I let May up was like maybe almost a month ago. She hasn't back on my channel yet. So if May wants to come up, it probably will be someplace else. Okay. If she wants to come up, she can come up, but she's gonna have to be quiet. She can't interrupt. Otherwise, she's had her say. What's up, Hurricane? Ryan Russell, what's up? Cool Gamer, what's up? Uh, Encrypted Wolf, what's up? B Rain, what's up? What's the topic today? It is Ask Me Anything. Okay, you are the topic. Anacetus, what's up? Uh, Moose Chiga, what's up? Eugene Steele, what's up? ID Forever, what's up? 1D Forever, what's up? Jake, what's up? Joe's, what's happening? Eric Archer, what's up? Cafe Bueno, what's up, man? Jita, what's up? Working late. See, we working on. Oh, that's right. You're across the water. Okay, Mr. Shug, what's up? I saw the Thunderbolt for the first time in 2 months. Oh, you saw your fun. Oh, so did you escape? Because you stopped and talked to her, then y'all probably fucked. Okay. If you didn't run, y'all probably fucked. Let the table break. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Now, Juju Francis, dirty work. I don't know. I don't know. Did they? Uh, uh, we have to see how it works out, man. We have to see how it works out. But if they squash this move away from France, then we know where they stand. Okay, Africa's not ready yet. That's what it'll tell me. They're not ready to get off the West's tit. So this will tell the Chinese and the Russians exactly where they are in this process. That's what I would say. I'm wondering myself. Hey, cheers, Ray. What's going on? Man, I know you hit me to that Princella, man. Um, she is the gynocracy on steroids, man. She's the gynocracy on steroids. She's using pimp language. Vince, what's up? Adrienne, what's up, man? You back home or you still across the pond? Opinion on Ray Dalio or James Simmons as investors? I would probably trust Ray Dalio first. Okay. I will probably trust Ray Dalio as first. I don't know what Ray James Simmons' track record is, but Ray Dalio he's put himself out there. So I probably would go with him first. I probably would go him first. I have to start. I got to start reading Wall Street Journal again and that kind of shit, man. Because like investment, investing moves so fast. Okay, people don't realize if you invest or you play or something like that, it is a daily chore. There are no days off. Okay, there are no days off when you're an investor. That's the whole thing. Once you get on that treadmill, there are no days off. So Vince will tell you there are no days off. I mean, you got to constantly read, you got to constantly listen, and it takes up so much of your time. Hey, Naaman, what's going on? Chance, what's up? Joe, what's up? The the black toxic masculinist. Masculinist. Oh man, I would love to have a channel like that, man. But I got too many channels as it is, man. That is choice. I love that title. Be just for sages. Jason, what's up? MGTOW Universe. MGTOW Universe. If you're gonna do a live, man, recapping Princella and the breakdown, man, let me know, man. I want to sit in on that one. Shoot me an email, man. If you're gonna tap into that. Micah, what's up? When is coffee going to get $1? Ooh, man, depends on where you go. It might be $1 already. Um, when they let's put it in. When they put enough bras on the street, man, it'll go to $1. If Biden if Biden doesn't do something this year, it will go to $1 next year. It'll be the streets will be so flooded with women, especially in major cities. Okay, that uh, hell, women will be offering you punani just to have a place to stay. But my thing is, man, when chicks get like that, man, and it was like that in the '80s. Okay, can't stay with me. Okay, now I'll pay you extra $10, $15 just so don't try to come home with me. Okay, because they would try to come home. So like I said, I hate to say it, man, but you're gonna have a very cold heart. Black men are gonna have to start having a very cold heart coming up the next 5 years, man. You're gonna have to have a cold heart. You're gonna have to learn how to say no because there's gonna be a lot of women that want saving, and you got to be careful. JT, what's going on? I did not know ECOWAS was still a tool of the West. I thought that was an independent effort to replace EFA. It is, but Africa is, man. You got a lot of people that are still educated in the West and still tied to the West's tit. So it's a process, man. It's a process just starting. It's a process. But the thing is that Africans talk a lot, okay, about what they're going to do, man. But when it comes down to action, that's where the rubber meets the road. And there's a lot of people, like, especially in West Africa, a lot of West African countries that are still on that fence. Okay, still on that fence. At some point, you can't be in the middle anymore. You're gonna have to make a decision. Cafe, thanks for the cash app. Oh, Midtown Universe, what time this Saturday? Anytime you want, man. Just let me know, MGTOW. Because if you're gonna do it, I want to sit on it. Okay. I will. If you do it in enough time, I'll actually promote that. Well, I'll bring some friends. Is this all alphabet softening agenda to get us ready for one world order and religion? Alphabet stuff. I'm gonna tell you, alphabet stuff, man. Basically, I'm gonna be blunt with you. Alphabet stuff. The target is underage boys. Okay, that's the target. So you have a lot of remember underage boys once the elite men are actually prime. Okay, that has always been the target of since Greece. The prime target of very elite men is that have these kind of funny kind of predilections of underage boys. So That's the next push. Nambla is circling the perimeter right now. As I said this when gay marriage was actually proposed, okay? I said I don't care about the adults doing what adults do. I could care less, right? But since you guys want to be inside and being normal, y'all gonna have to walk that fence. You guys got to walk that perimeter and keep predators out, man. But I have a funny feeling they're gonna let the predators into the normal range. So in my opinion, and I hope it never happens. I hope to God it never happens. You're gonna see the reduction of or softening of pedophilia laws. That's just me. Okay. I hope it doesn't happen. Okay. This is not BGS saying that he wishes for it, right? I hope to hell that it doesn't happen. But man, I'm hearing the rumblings, man. I've been afraid for this for the last 20 years. I've been scared that this shit might evolve into that because I know who they because NAMBLA, NAMBLA, which is North American Boy Man Love Association, right? Should have been wiped out years ago. Should have been wiped from the face of Earth. It's never been wiped from the face of Earth. Okay, and never has. It is because they're waiting to reform NAMBLA and reduce those age of consent laws down to like 12 or 13, so they can get what I call not pre pubescent children, but right on that edge. So that's where I see it coming, man. I just, I hope to God that it doesn't happen. But thing is, that I think this was all this alphabet shit is about. That's my opinion. What are your thoughts on Republican candidate? They're probing, man. They're probing to see how far they can get. Okay. India and the BRICS are rising, so they're probing, trying to get it in. So they have power now. Okay, India has power now, so they're trying to flex. They're trying to be white. Okay, that's the next step. So and plus they have money. Good afternoon, but hey, what's up, Will? Can I get a reading? You can get a reading if 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 you're a patron and you want a reading. Okay, join my Patreon when I do my my Patreon live. If you're there, I'll give you a reading. Okay. Yeah, I'm reluctant to do it. I don't. Yeah, I'm reluctant to do it here because once I started, I have to do everybody. Okay. I'm not gonna do everybody. My readings like that are for my patrons. So if you my patron is only $1. If you want a personal reading, without that, then email me, and that depending on what it is like $25. Okay, but if you want free reading, free cursory reading, if you're a patron and we're on a live, that's your time. You can ask me anything you want, but I don't do it in public unless it's just something that um, happens to be the topic of the day. Marshawn, what's good? MGTOW Universe. How many types can be automated and is open source with the exception of video? And we'll see how long that lasts. That is true. And it's not gonna last that long, man. You know what, man? Let me ask you this, MGTOW Universe. Okay. If an AI was in control of this system and wanted to stay secret, could we find it? Will we know about it? With the large language model and the way things are set up, if it was running things and they were allowing to run things, will we even notice? I just thought about that. It might already be here and it just doesn't want to be known. What if an AI god or AI controller is already in control but just wants to stay hidden? Will we know about it? A pop-up AMA? No, no, yeah, pop-up AMA. Well, I try to do it. I try to do an AMA at least once a week, and since it's the last day of the week, and I haven't done one. I just, I try to do one at least once a week. I thought I might have called it off, but thing is, that doesn't mean anything. She came to pick up plants and left with a car full of shit. Well, I wants to come back later to get more, but I told her I won't be home. Ah, okay. Okay, y'all used to live together or what? Man, I don't know. And that's yeah, well, yeah, it's if you guys don't get along, it's best that she gets far away from you as possible. So whatever it costs you to get her away from you, man, go ahead and pay it. I'm gonna tell you, as a man that's done it. France has been stealing. Okay. Uh, they have it's not called stealing, it's called extraction. Okay. No, well, it's the whole world, man. It's not just Africa. She's not a hustler, man. May's a gynocrat, and she's getting frustrated. She's have this. It's called a we call it the dark night of the soul. Her who she is and is being challenged, and she doesn't like it. She don't like what she's hearing because uh, she's having a crisis of consciousness. That's what I call it. That's why because she can't leave us alone. Ola, what's going on, man? Don't mention the queen. You know, I have to mention her because she represents something that's going on in the background. Still across the pond, okay. She's lying. Prince, who's that? You're telling May. You're telling Princella is crazy. Okay. Well, she's not crazy. Her, and she's a brother polite of the female woman sphere. I guess would be the. And we probably would start calling it the female woman sphere. That's what they're trying to start. What's your reading on Cornel West running? Cornel West is the black Bernie Sanders. Okay. He's a socialist, okay, and he knows that, and he wants to. He's trying to push back up against um, the anti-liberal bent that's going on in the Democratic Party. That's what he's trying to push back against. That's why he's running independently as a socialist, okay? Because he knows he can't win, but what he's trying to do is stick a finger in their eye. But he's doing what Bernie Sanders didn't do, okay? Bernie Sanders tried to go along to get along. He tried to run it with inside the system, thinking that he could win. And I knew it was impossible. At least Cornel West knows that it's impossible. The thing is, he's trying to make a statement. He's not trying to win. If he wins, fine, but he's not trying to win. Hey, Ninja person, what's going on, man? How do you feel about buying Treasury bills? It's a good idea right now, man. T bills at this yield, uh, when there's virtually no interest rates for low risk, yeah, buy them now. Okay, buy them now. You know, buy them now. You can always sell them. The hunt for alpha. Dave, what's going on, man? Leon, what's up? What? Yeah, it can be. Un- okay, all right. 10 sets of 10 depends on what you're doing. Depends. Depends. I've had some, I've had some pretty back in the day. You know what you're gonna roll up on, man. I had some pretty nice, chicks for less, man. It's just, it's just random. You gotta, you gotta learn how to vet. I watched the high powered Heine come on breakdown 3 times, but this time Sister George spoke her mind at the end. Then on her channel, Princella was just talking shit. Of course she is. She's selling, man. She's hustling. Part shout out to her. It's working for her though. What is Netflix of crypto? What is the Netflix of crypto? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. That's a good question. Um, one of the central brokers is probably that. Um, oh yeah, like never man, it's gonna get worse, man. You probably if you walk by the homeless encampment, you probably get offers, but it is what it is. First time deflation in Chinese markets. Yeah, it's gonna be deflation because guess what? Nobody's buying, man. Nobody's basically most people nowadays, man. If you see food go up, man. In fact, uh, for people that are not on my Patreon, man, Lewis is actually a supermarket manager, right? One of the big chains, right? And he's for the last month, man, he's been documenting price hikes in food, man, and consumer buying preferences, man. There's a lot of people that have been buying staples like 20-pound bags of beans, rice, and stuff like that, man. And that means that people are worried, okay, because it's getting critical. And that means your rent's high, your bills are high, you can't pay for basically people getting their cars repossessed. They can't afford to buy cars anymore. People have given up on buying houses because the interest rates, man. If another couple of interest rate hikes, man, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly, man. I can't do that out of necessity dating. Everybody's different, man. You know, everybody's different. Jonathan, appreciate you, man. Appreciate the cash app. The Spirit Iceberg Slim will make a comeback. It's gonna get worse than that, man. Go back and look at Boys in the Hood about to keep them babies out the street. All right, it's gonna get down to that. It's gonna get tough, man. You know, yeah, but y'all want to see him back at the table, right? Blade Runner, what's going on, man? 27X. Okay. Sao Chi, what's going on? Yeah, yeah. Dalio is probably I know that man. I used to be a C-SPAN junkie. I used to be what is it? What is the Bloomberg junkie? I used to be uh, the MSNBC Money or whatever that is, junkie, and Wall Street Journal. I used to trade, follow the charts, man. That shit is time consuming, man. I looking at numbers like that all day, man, because it's a world within itself. People don't realize how much shit. Saucy can tell you how much fucking time that actually takes, man. Your day. And basically, if you're trading, man, it's 18 hours, man. I remember what stopped me from trading is because the kids needed help with their homework, man. I was putting in 18 hours, and then all of a sudden the kids were falling behind in school, so I had to take 3 years off from that, man, to actually uh, help them with their homework for 2.5 hours a day, man, and then try to get sleep and then try to go to work, man. It was killing me. Okay, and then with your ex, with your girlfriend and ex in your ear, on top of that shit, you got a girlfriend and an ex in your ear. You had two women, three kids, a job, and then trying to trade, man, that shit is a fucking headache. Okay, that's what broke me. I had to, even though I still followed it, man. I didn't have the support to do it. I think playing the middle has worked well for India. They not really. Okay, not really. But the thing is, that's the only part they could play, and they're not in the middle. Believe it or not. Uh, appreciate you, good grief, for the cash app. Protect your children. In fact, man, you know what? You know, I could tell you guys this, man, but most people aren't going to do it, man. Watch these motherfuckers, man. That's where it's headed. That's where it's headed. There's a lot of elite people. You see what went down with Haiti and all that shit, man. Uh, with Haiti and those children, man. Really, especially after that earthquake, there's a lot of shit went down, man. They came down there and kind of, did what they did with the with descended on. It wasn't everyday people. It's actually elite descended on Haiti and did what they did, right? I'm not gonna say what they did, but whatever went down, right? They try to keep that shit a secret. But if they can change the law, they can actually do that shit openly, especially during hard economic times like this. You're gonna have a whole lot of women selling their kids, man. Whole lot of women selling their kids when they get desperate. So I'm just saying, protect your kids. And fellas, if you got kids, you got a baby mom, you got kids, you love your kids, man. Watch your kids like a fucking hawk. Okay. If that chick cannot take care of her kids, man, and she's struggling, take those kids. Leave her where she is, because most time it ain't the kids that's the problem, right? It's the mama that's the problem. It's not that you don't want your babies, you don't want to fuck, mess with your babies. You don't want that chick is a headache. And you don't want to fuck with her, right? You don't want to fuck with that bitch. Okay? She's a headache. Tell her, tell her to go find help someplace else, and you take your fucking kids if necessary. I'm not saying your mileage may vary, but the thing is, if you're a father and you're away from your children, watch that chick, man. Economic stress, uh, protect your babies. Do it an hour in an hour. Let's do it in an hour when CG you get to reviews their own videos. Going to get dinner now. Okay, just hit me up and let me know what's going on in McTow Universe. Dar, man, man, it's gonna get worse. Let's put it this way. No, transhumanism is the next evolution, man. They've been talking about transhumanism forever, okay? And it's really, if you're going to evolve AI to this point, okay, you got the only way for human beings is to keep up with the machines and AI is actually connect with them. And they've been saying that for the last 30, 35 years, okay? I wish I could go back in archives and dig up Sir Charles and Art Bell and a few others actually talking about the connection. I think he talked about it on Coast to Coast. Okay, the guy that wrote Fuzzy Thinking, Fuzzy Logic. Okay, they talked about this. That stuff has been around for like 30, 40 years about connecting with AI, and the only way to move forward past a certain point, okay, in this transition between the Industrial Revolution and the AI revolution is for the human beings to actually interface with the machines themselves. That's the only way out. So transhumanism is not about the alphabet stuff. Alphabet stuff is on something else, right? I'm listening. What's going on? Pandora's box, Pandora, it's not slowly opening. Pandora's box is wide open. They're trying to hold it back. They're trying to put stuff back in it. I'd like to hear your thoughts on people like Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum. What do you think their inner psychological makeup is? Go along to get along. Okay, they've been not subverted, but they've been taught. They've been taught by good white schools. They've been subverted, and some of that is a way to make money. They've been compromised enough to where, okay, this is the road to make money. We're gonna leave the peasants behind. At a certain point, they're gonna leave the peasants behind because they're not black anymore. Okay, what they call gold collar workers right now. Okay, influencers, high level influencers. So at that level, color doesn't matter as much. Okay, there's the us and them is not black or white. The us and them is the huddled masses or the bewildered herd, as they called us, in them. Okay, so Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum. Brandon Tatum's not there yet. He's trying to get there. He's trying to become one of them, and one of them is not black or white. Okay, it's not black or white. Mr. Blue Collar, appreciate you. And also like the video. Let me check and see what the likes are because I'm not even looking. I'm just looking at questions right now. Trauma Supreme, appreciate you. See how many likes I got. Come on, y'all. I only got 91 likes. I guess this is going to be a short video. Allow women to die on the sword. Put yourself first and dealing with women who. That's what you're going to have to do, man, because you can't save them all. Okay. There's no way to save them all. And what's coming, Sauchi can tell you what's coming is not going to be pretty because there's too many. They basically at this point, man, they can't stop it, and that's the issue. No matter what they say, they can't stop this shit. They put they have put stuff in motion that can't be undone. And at this point, it's going to be survive. It's going to get closer and closer to survival of the fittest. I hate to say that topic is one thing that can unite the masses. Okay, yeah. Russia has implemented a lot of debt forgiveness incentive. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, they're playing a long game. Playing a long game. There's a whole lot I could say, but looks like Tennessee is going to pass the paternity bill. Yeah, 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 cool. They're the first. Okay, I think Florida has something similar. If I'm not, Florida has something similar. I think Maryland might have something similar. Okay, but you know, in fact, the paternity bill is, believe it or not, is part of the black male political agenda. That's one of the planks in the black male political agenda, and that Tennessee, especially Memphis, is a black area. Okay, and there's crossover, right? And they've, trust and believe. I've heard by and by that people from from Tennessee have contacted people like Dr. Johnson and others about that agenda, about the points on this agenda. So this is just one of them, okay? 50-50 custody is one thing in Maryland that we've seen that comes from the agenda. Second thing is paternity testing. Okay, that's another thing on the agenda. People think just because they don't talk about us, use us by name, doesn't mean that we are not effective. We are effective. Okay, we're effective. Believe it or not. Cops will not protect them. They can't, man. Nambia, okay. Nambla, yeah. A North American Man Boy Love Association. That's NAMBLA. Been around for like 60 years or so. Peeble Bryson and Teddy Pendergrass. Teddy all the way. I love Peeble. I had Peeble's first album, but Peeble's a better writer, okay, and technically a better singer. But Teddy Pendergrass was akin to, if you put imagine somebody like Derek Jackson, okay? Derek Jackson and Luther Vandross put together, okay? He had the skill of like a Luther Vandross, but he had a body like Derek Jackson. Imagine somebody like that put together, right? He was a phenomenon. But the thing is, he got in that accident and kind of ended his career for the most part. Blazing, what's up? Trauma Supreme, what's up? Yeah. Basically, the only person I could think of that had a similar effect was Bobby Brown when he first came out. There's something about him. Judah Blues, what's going on? KT Machine. Okay. The Saudis cut their oil production at the beginning of July. What's the conditions would cause them to increase production again? And what do you think it will? What do you think it will be? Um, Increase in prices. Uh, Basically, what will happen? Well, what's going to have to happen is demand, industrial demand will have to go back up. Okay, supply chain will have to get put back together. Um, if people don't have money, they can't buy products. Uh, Ships don't use fuel, and factories don't use energy, stuff like that, then then oil demand will actually go down. The biggest, if China is in a recession, like they say that they is, I mean production's down, then guess what? Fuel prices go down because China bought up a whole lot of energy, man, a whole lot of oil, and so for the most part they don't need it, and Europe doesn't have the money either. I'm gonna need a reading. Well, then you know where to go. There's two ways to get a reading. You just want a cursory reading. Join me on Sunday for my Behind the Wall Patreon stream. It's $1 a month, and I'll give you a simple reading. If you want something deeper, then um, you have to hit me up. Little B, what's going on? What do you? When do you think you'll do a live? A live for what? We're doing a live right now. The live, my Patreon live will be on Sunday. Ashley B, what's going on, baby? And hey, for May, if you watch it, Ashley's married. Ashley's got a child and one on the way. Ashley and Trigger are my favorite couple, man. I love those two people to death. I love them together, man. I always have from the very beginning. Okay, her and Trig, man, as a couple, do they always get along? No. Do they have disputes? Yes. Okay, but but they're dedicated to each other, man. Ashley had came from being a modern woman to a traditional wife, okay, and she said it wasn't easy. Okay, she's one of the people that will say that she was a modern woman, okay, spoiled modern woman at that, and she had to change. She changed for Trig, okay, because she loved Trig, and Trig loved her. So he put up with her spoiled ass, with her modern ways until she was ready to come across, and and they're tight, man. Beautiful couple, very beautiful couple. So May, if you're wondering, yes, Ashley's married. Okay, how can you become a patron? There's a link in the description. Okay, there's a link to the patron page in the description. I mean, hey, yeah, you know what? Come September, price is gonna go up, man. So if you want to get in at $1, get in at $1 now, man. Okay, because at some point the price will go up because because I wasn't on it there that much, and there wasn't that much content on it. I kept it at $1, you know, in case I want to drop something. But if I got to do lives weekly or at least bi-weekly, and I got to start putting more content up, then the price is going to have to go up because there's more work involved. Because I still, GC, you have no idea what they have in those labs. All you see is what you see. Okay. The why you think a chat GPT can come out as a 3.5, 4, and 5 with that quickly? Okay, really? Get the likes up, folks. Waffle Weave, what's going on, man? Sure. If Amar can drop a Patreon link, I mean it's in the description, man. I'll drop the Patreon link. It's in the description. It's there every week. If you follow me, you should see it. It's there every week. In fact, I replaced my Patreon with replaced my email with my Patreon. But there it is. Yeah. Basically, they did a whole series, TV series on Hidden AI, which is called Person of Interest. It's under a BGSM more. What do you think? Okay. Yeah. If you really want to get into AIs, with a possibility of what AIs can actually do, is it's an old CBS series called Person of Interest. Okay, watch that series. A lot of stuff that it actually describes is actually what's going on right now. if I find it, I may do a review on my patient about person of interest, okay, and go through it step by step. Because I watched it's actually fascinating, man. I watched the whole, I think 6.5, I think it was like 6.5 seasons, because the seventh season was actually shortened. So instead of the 20 episodes, it's like 10. Very interesting. What age would you let your kids have a smartphone? It was up to me. My kid would not have a smartphone till about at minimum 11. Okay, minimum 11. But thing is that the way it is that schools want you to be able to contact your kid without going to the office and all that kind of shit. So they allow you to have a smartphone. Okay, but I would say 10 or 11 for a smartphone. My youngest grandsons, uh, got their smartphone at 9. Okay, so I would say youngest, I said 10 or 11. If it was up to me, they'd be like 13. But I would say I said minimum 9. Uh, uh, the thing is things have changed so much. You can keep in contact with the kids. I say 10. I don't think you'll get to 16. Yeah. Yeah, May's a good old fashioned gynocrat, man. She is. She's a matriarch. She acts like it. Hey, 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor, right? Take a couple shots and then take a nap. I have no idea what May's about. I think May's reactive. I think May's having a crisis, right? Uh, and I think the whole black. I think whatever. I think that Kevin Samuels started, but I think Passport Bros we really set black women's teeth on edge, right? Because that was the first sign of black men saying that we're out, publicly saying that we're out by waving passports. That means they're losing their grip, right? Okay. Toto is running away from Dorothy. They don't like that. So low value rage. Could be. I haven't heard it. Hit me to the show where he did that. In Woman's Fear. I think they're trying to create one. I really do. It's I don't know about a mental breakdown, but but this kind of stuff really fucking with her because changing the guard, man. She's a matriarch trying to mommy us back into submission. It's not working. Can we send $25 to PayPal for in-depth reading? Email me, okay? Email me. Yeah, I have to, you know, I have to start making time for it because normally Saturdays and Sundays used to be my time for doing stuff like that. But since I have a man, you got to remember how much time I actually give away, man, by supporting people like Art, uh, AB, um, basically the stream on Saturday, which is the um, Coliseum, and then I have to support my PhDs. Like I was actually on Gigi's like once last week, 3 times last week, and once this week, man. So I give away a lot of time. So and then trying to do this daily, this 4 times a week's a lot. So I don't have as much time to actually do it individually. Yeah, trauma has completely destroyed Princella. She generalizes, man. What Princella is Princella's a fucking fraud, man. She's a fraud. I don't think Princella's straight, man. I think Princella has a little bit of a um, Priscilla's a dude, man, trying to mimic being a woman. So she's mimicking a male pimp. That's what she's mimicking. I don't think Princella's straight. Okay, I think Princella is a is a stud. and she's a stud with mimicking masculinity, okay, and preaching and pimping women. That's what I would say about Princella. Princella's a pimp with pimp language, with hand motions, stuff like that. Yeah, it's not Trump. She's gay. I think she is. I really do. But see, she tried. But the stud image, the male image, didn't bring her any money. So she's soft. So now she's trying to be like a soft stud. What do you think? Uh, I don't know, man. I think this present order would have to collapse for you to get a viable third party. You've never had a viable third party. Our table's broken, and you scolded me about men who can't lead the country. What do they do now? They can't do anything. Basically, there are no. Basically, the thing is that what they're crying about is telling the white man to get us in order. The white man has always gotten us in order, has actually restricted us from leaving. So that's what they're hoping for right now. Um, it's really there's a lot of stuff going on, man. It's really hard to say. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff is out of control. It's because some of the stuff has nothing to do with the people inside the country. Okay, it really does. A lot of stuff has to do with stuff that goes on overseas. How to keep your emotions in check while still providing your masculine light when talking to May and other women who try to mostly manipulate and dominate you. Okay, um, it's kind of hard to describe because I have daughters, so I'm pretty good at basically keeping command of my emotions while when I'm actually talking to my daughters and other females. So that's something that have developed over many years. My thing is, first of all, control your own emotions. Don't get upset. Second thing is realize actually, instead of trying to debate her, stop trying to debate it because she's talking with emotions. Um, Try to listen, and then after you absorb her feelings, start asking her questions, because emotions, what one thing they can't tolerate is questions. If she gets mad, she gets mad. Okay, don't get upset because she's gonna react. The thing is, the hardest thing you have to control yourself. Don't you have to keep that your emotions in check because she's gonna try to tap into them. Wrote a book with Bill Hooks. I'm not. Yeah, he probably did. Got to remember, uh, Cornel West is a socialist and a progressive and a feminist. Okay, Cornel West is a feminist. Got to remember that. Okay, he's a feminist. So I'm not surprised. All those people all know each other. They all work together. Okay, the video of Shay was on. Oh, okay, yeah. That's why I used it. Main space because she knows she can fairly converse with men and women's side is completely disingenuous. May's over here to learn what the thing is. What she's learning is causing her to have a crisis of consciousness. What would you what would you pick 30 years ago? What would you pick 30 years ago? Quarter water, quarter strawberries. Okay, a quarter strawberries. A quarter water, quarter strawberries. Uh, Depends how are the strawberries fresh. If I get your drift, they got some similar to YouTube called Theta. Okay, all right. That's another question. Premise Fest is about to go live. Title Priscilla on the breakdown. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, he has a different opinion of her, but I pretty much she don't like me because I pretty much spotted who she was. Yeah, yeah, they're feminists, man. Back in the '90s, yeah, they all the KPFK progressive. Bill Hooks is a progressive. Oh, Theta coin. Okay, man. Coins. Any kind of coin has to prove itself to me, man. Any kind of coin has to prove its use case to me. I don't go by a coin. I go by use case. Moving in, getting around is taking months. Yeah, Possibility of sex sooner. Uh, and one thing about a thunderbolt is easy to get wrapped up into it, man. It's easy to get wrapped up into a thunderbolt, and it's easy to come together. And we because you ignore the business end of it. That's the problem with a thunderbolt. Nanga, what's going on? Nanga, according to Bloomberg, only 16% of Cali residents can afford to purchase a home there. Oh man, probably less. Stagnant wages increase prices. If I was in California, man, I tell you, man, if I was a young guy in California, man, I'd be doing like Zavi's doing, man. I'd get my skills up. I'd go remote work and either move out of the country, move to Vegas or Arizona, someplace like that. I'd probably move to Vegas. Okay, you're like like 40 minutes away by flight if you need to come to Cali, Southern Cali, and at an extreme discount. You know, I would not live in California trying to buy a house. Okay, my sister just bought one. That's nuts. But the thing is, she has to hit a clock. You know, if I had to buy a house at these prices, I would not, man. I jet, man. Fuck. I love the weather. I love the people. I love the convenience. But fuck that, man. I am not gonna get suffocated by a house by debt. Stagway. That's called stagflation, sir. The 1970s all over again. He said he could not do without her or in an interview. Okay, okay. Junior, we live and learn, brother. That's true. They might eat the table. They if they haven't already. Dalio is all in on China. Uh China's foregone conclusion, man. It's already happened, and they're trying to negotiate the terms right now. Um, on quant strategies, uh, if you're into technicals like that and you really at high volume, then but man, there's enough out there, man. You don't need that, right? I mean, you have AIs and all the kind of stuff that are doing quants. Okay, all you have to do is get involved with the people find a good Discord, find people that are actually doing this shit, find some programmers out there plugging the stuff in, and follow them, man. There's quants out there. There's amateur quants out there with the help of AIs doing the exact same shit. Okay, you don't have to be that accurate. The biggest thing, man, about this kind of stuff is basically doing your research, doing your work, and just it's basically you have to roll up your sleeves. But the stuff is out there. Okay, you don't need as many quants. What do you call it? Calculations as you think you do, unless you're doing high volume trading. Okay, if you got the pockets to actually do high volume trading and you into it in and out of it like that on a daily basis, then yeah, you need to go ahead and pay the money, man. Go ahead and pay the money if you're doing it that way. But if you're not doing that with that way, uh, don't worry about it. Yeah, well, man, just to take the information that you have. Don't worry about it, man. Roll up sleeves and do the work. Black females fuckery's on and popping. Yeah, it is what it is. That might be Gigi calling. Dardar, thank you for the cash app. Okay. Trails, thank you for the cash app. And Holt, thank you for the cash app. Oh, and MS Delta, thank you for the cash app. Trauma Supreme, I think it said Trauma Supreme. Thank you for the cash app. Let me see if Gigi's going on. It might be him calling. He might be. He might be in the works. Let me see. I don't see him. I don't see him. I don't see anything from him. Let me check. Let me check Green Gorilla and see if there's anything going on. Make sure that if he's got something going on that we support him. Live. Nope, don't see anything. So Gigi, if you're hearing me, man, go ahead, drop me a note saying that you're getting ready to head on, or drop your link in the chat. Anyhow, why is Japan buying treasuries? Big news. Because they were selling treasuries, and basically they're getting behind it. So that's big news. In other words, we're stable. Those Haiti stories are nightmare, and they're, oh yeah, it's out of hand. They owe a lot of child support in Haiti. Uh, okay. Did they scalp kids for their uses? I don't know what they did, man. There's a lot of stories that haven't come out. I have been have I have been having weird dreams and messages. I gave my anima a name and talked to her before I go to sleep. That's why you're having the dreams. That's why they attacked the Sound of Freedom. Could be. Yeah. That was actually a good series. Yeah. Hey, AB, what's up, man? Yeah, they're trying. Yeah, they say tenure can start to change sex. Yeah, yeah. That's what you. If you go back, if I can find it, man, that's what Caesar Augustus actually stopped because they were doing that in Rome, and parents selling off their boys as wives to rich people. I knew it was a fraud when I saw it, man. Uh, so I knew it was a sham when I saw it because there was no numbers. Okay, so REITs have numbers. REITs have a constant rate of return. REITs put their stuff out there. That's their selling point. Instead of appealing to your appealing to your emotions about being black. Uh, REITs don't do that, man. It's raw numbers. This is what you put in. This is what you get out. They didn't do that. That's why I knew it was a fraud. To me, it was a fraud. Candace is low. We have no idea what Candace's bag is. Just she just doesn't talk about it. Candace has a bag, man. She don't talk about it though. Just like Clarence Thomas didn't talk about his bag. At some point, man. The thing is, when it does become affordable, yeah, gotta have. But the thing, you have to have a job. It'll correct. The thing is, you got to make sure that you're working. So, worry about the housing later, man. Um, Make sure that you get your skills up and that you stay ahead of this curve. That's what you need to do. If you don't earn the price of house is irrelevant. I will be going extinct before I hook up to a computer. I think it won't be adult people. I think it's going to be the children that they're going to produce. That's my opinion. Oh, Neuralink, yeah, it's been around for a while. This queen may let her say females are resource dependent. The same thing as saying pussy is common. In other words, say females are resource dependent. In other words, females depend on the resources of the economy of society because they actually for their kids and their family. They don't produce like men produce. Men produce, okay? Men change the environment and men provide resources. Women take in resources as they're supposed to. That's the deal. They provide a service. That's what she's saying. Men when resources dependent. Good for them. If they don't have it, they don't have it. That's up to them. Captain, save them. With the current climate that Alabama brought, you think the race rise? And, oh, it's going to increase, man. Just get ready for it. With AI and Neuralinks, will that affect conventional education? Yes, it will. It's already Chat GPT is always changing in education. It already is as we speak. Commodity. Okay. I don't know about that. Okay, pussy is a commodity. If it does become a commodity, which I hope they're hoping that it doesn't, then the price will go down. May cause this doom and gloom, though. Well, to her, it's doom and gloom. She's a woman. And basically, if I was on a female, if I was talking to all females, I would have a different tone, a different message, and a different way of expressing myself because they're females. I tell guys all the time, I can't talk to you like you're females. You're not females. And I can't talk to females like I talk to you. So when you hear me talk to females, different tone, different pacing, different vocalization, I laughed. They had to put him at ease, all kind of stuff to put him at ease because you had to get him in a frame of mind. Okay, you don't see me laugh very much or ha ha very much in on these panels because I'm not trying to project that. The females, I have to come up with a different way of talking with females, right? So that's different. So to her, it sounds like doom and gloom because she's listening. We talk to males, and her ear is tuned for female talking points. Paternal line has been introduced in the House of Texas. Yep. I'm all in doom and gloom. Hey, you know what, man? Doom and gloom. Hey, I am a structural realist, man. Whatever comes out, comes out. If something good comes out, I'll tell you. If something bad comes out, I'll tell you. I am neither. But if it's doom and gloom, guess what? It is what it is. It's not going to change. Go for trans rights. Y'all ain't shit. 304 watching. 188 likes. Y'all get my likes up, man. Get my likes to 200. You ain't got nothing else to do. You don't hit the like button, hit the cash app button for $1. Whichever. Get my likes up, man, y'all. Well, yeah, because the manosphere is not just in America, it's global. I don't know, man. What do you guys want, man? You guys want to? Am I too gloomy? Should I put in, just change it to a motivational speaker channel and uplift and all the bright stuff? Is that what you guys want? Art, what's up? Best all around singer. The best all around singer probably is all around. Probably was Luther. Best all around singer. Luther Vandross is probably the best, most talented singer. Um, Underrated, even though he's famous. A very underrated singer. Got to remember, Luther started off as a session singer. Probably one of the most underrated male singers, probably in history. Believe it or not. I love Donny Hathaway. Okay, but Luther probably is the most underrated singer. I'm with you. I've been following the Manosphere and Passport Bros for years now, but I am still attracted to Pukisha. That's fine. What should I do? Learn how to handle Pukisha. That means that you have that her. She's a reflection of you because you are probably a working class guy, and if you're a working class guy, then you found your level. But we got to remember, you got to control Pukisha and try to keep them from damaging you, your property, and your lifestyle. That's how you handle Pukisha. And if you got the ends, man, you probably need two separate residences. My partner, he used to, had money and he used to fuck Pukisha, but he always had a second. He had a second apartment. He would never bring him to his main house. No, she's not insane. She's frustrated. Human DNA grown meat. It's human DNA grown meat. Well, DNA is always altered, so meat is meat. But thing is that grown in vats, that's the next level. How you gonna feed all these people? Okay, growing, to ask for meat, cows are actually inefficient. because uh, it takes a whole lot of water, a whole lot of grain to actually grow a whole cow, to actually slaughter it for its meat. Okay, it's inefficient, it's wasteful, it's polluting. So they, what capitalism wants efficiency. So, um, when it's grown like that, you can pay the higher price for just like anything else. You got to pay the higher price for regular grown meat, or you can take the cheap meat. So it's gonna be on you. A lot of guys, people actually gonna opt out for the price. And Miss Delta, what's going on? It could be. We don't know, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it does, pushes it, as long as we get it done. I care not who sits on the throne. Okay. Did Ash have the baby? Okay, I probably missed that. Uh, did Ash have the baby? I remember. Yeah, yeah. Triggs busy because Triggs in the military, so he's busy. You know what? People are who they are on the internet, so you have to take them at their word. Yesterday's price and not today's price. That is true. People mentioned her. I didn't. It does. She doesn't bother me, man. Oh, okay. I remember that. If I talk to her, I'll probably invite her to my female channel. What's going to happen in West Africa? We don't know, man. This is the moment of truth, is it not, the MS Delta? How do I contact you for reading? Email. See, will the U.S. dollar drop in currency ratio once the BRICS currency? Yes, it will. It's already dropping. Okay, ready for class to start? I'm getting set up in my classroom now. Yep, it's that time of year. Yep, sure is. Well, it's we got to remember, Chat GPT is the front end. It's not the back end. It's the front end. Chat GPT is the front end for a lot for other AIs. What's up with the man of tomorrow going in on you and Dr. Johnson? A cry for attention. We don't know about how soon it will be. We have no clue. Oh, cool. Okay. Hope it helps. Great show. Yeah. Yeah. Great show. What's up, Marty? Where you at, man? Health till 12 for my first two and 10.5 for the youngest before we get. Oh yeah. Yeah. I would say the latest possible thing is kind of hard. What are your thoughts on having children using surrogacy and IVF if the money makes sense? How the kid gets here doesn't matter. Thing is, can you raise a child on your own? I mean, unless you're doing it with your wife. But the thing is, if you can afford it, do it. How soon do you think? Yeah, we reach singularity. Complete singularity, probably, I would say, um, complete singularity is probably a good 50 years away. Okay, complete singularity. But the beginning of it will probably be in like 7, 8 years. It's at $1, but the $20 is for, which was for other lessons. Okay, which is a higher tier, which is the agnostic level. That's what that's for. I seen a person, even as a techie, it made me uncomfortable seeing what was going to happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, a guy from the DoD turned me on to a person of interest. Maybe on the option of talking shit about people on our side too. It doesn't matter. May's a gynocrat. We don't know, man. It's still been working out. I'm taking my brothers with me. Cognitive dissonance. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man, sent him when someone pissed her off. Or she brought her up yesterday on BGS. That's her problem, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her, man. Half the time, I had to tell her an email in a comment section. I'm not your husband. Okay, stop talking to me like I'm your husband. Go to your husband with that shit. I'm not your husband. There's only one membership tier showing currently. No, that's actually two. There should be the dollar, and there should be the $20, the basic, and then a higher tier. But I can increase it if you want me to, but it hasn't gone up yet. She's frustrated, man. Shit's changing. She can't. Nobody can change this, man. This the manosphere, the black manosphere has reached escape velocity. You can't change it. It's too late to change it. What is the email? Okay, let me put the email in before I bounce. All right, that's the email. So I'm gonna have to I have to put you guys on a schedule, man. Because well, yeah, you do have to leave. You got to leave at least once for it to believe you, and that's what Password Bros demonstrates. That's how come they're going nuts. Princella looks like Cam Newton to me. Princella, yeah, Princella is different. Let's put it that way, man. She wants to be Morpheus, like the God of Dreams, Morpheus from the Matrix. Uh, sh Princella kind of reminds me of Sinful to P. So she kind of reminds me of. I dropped the did on long range in the Twitter inbox. Okay, it's a long one. Okay, I'll listen to it. Black pill is me, or is May seeking higher knowledge directly from men because she can't get it from her husband? I think that might be a problem. I think what I say. Okay, this I think what happens is that her animal is going nuts. Okay, because her feelings are going nuts. She can't control them, and whatever her husband's not, whatever her and husband got going on, his animus as is not adequate or not tuned in to actually control her rage. Her rage is her world is coming apart. And she can't stop it. And her husband animus is not controlling her emotions. That's the problem. So she's splashing on us. That's how she comes up here. She's trying to get guys to actually listen to her. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, because I've been neglecting the Patreon, so I have to start putting more stuff in there. I'm gonna have to. That's like started pulling back on this kind of stuff. But I actually wanted to give a boost to the whole Black Manosphere by in my little way by getting interest back in. That's how come the Black Pill dailies are here, because trust and believe, lives take up time, man, and lives take up a lot of energy, and to do it like 4 times a week is a lot. When it takes away from other stuff. I want to break bread with one of those brothers who do IT. Who do we have in a space that I can talk to about developing an app? Okay, AB's one, Young Grizzly's another, um, MGTOW Universe is another. He's been in the chat. There's a bunch of people. They'll let you know. May the troll, or May the alchemist. That's who we're talking about. She was actually on the Green Gorillas yesterday for like 4 hours. She's a master debater. Yes, she is. Hey, hi, Scarlett. What's going on, man? What should black fathers concentrate on their black boys this year coming up in school, man? Especially after the whole catching up on the COVID shit, man. What should they concentrate on? Because for specifically for black boys, okay. If you got something, man, I'd love to hear it. What's up with man tomorrow hating on you and Dr. T? Lack of attention. May has an educated lame husband. She is bored. Let's keep it 100. He has a science degree like me and my woman, and she has a science degree. If she has a science degree, with that illogic going on in her brain, I work to be in this field. It ain't me really. Okay, okay. I don't know her, so I don't know what her background is. But if she really has a science degree. Really, really, she doesn't sound like it. If being progressive like bell hooks equals racist man standing against black men, then I can see why move always will. It's more about progressive movement is more about uh the middle ground of leftist politics, man. So there's going to be a lot of feminism mixed up in that in leftist politics. Okay. What are your thoughts on Wall Street Journal article on stable coins being key to maintaining dollar dominance in spite of the brick? And there's nothing they can do about that. Okay. Any kind of currency exchange is trust. Okay. Is basically based on trust. And what the United States and Biden did last year to Russia uh, basically broke a lot of trust with a lot of countries. You can't bring that back. And that's the short story about it. There's more. You have to be on patient and actually listen to more of this stuff. Right? You wouldn't know from being into arguing with it on video chat. Just keep saying I understand. You ain't shit. Truth. Okay. She says she's gay. I think she is, man. She positions herself. Her mannerisms is stud. You know, I know a lot of studs, and she positions herself like that. Why these rappers and country singers supported passport bros? I thought they, I thought that they have taken an L. Because the environment is there for passport bros. Okay, it's the environment. Passport bro has more to do with the environment than it does with just a hashtag. My bad, I was 5 minutes behind the stream. The first one, okay. Wait, whose ringtone that sounds like SNS? Actually that's my ringtone, and that's old school. It's an old school trail ringtone, man. When I had a trail back in the early aughts, so I just kept the. I just liked the ringtone, so I kept it. Priscilla's married. Priscilla's married to her husband and father, daughter. They just separated, but legally she's says she's get along with co-parent. Princella is a stud, man. She might be studs do get married. I don't believe she's. I have a hard time believing Priscilla's married, but she's a stud. Question: stats show more black men are not having sex, and more black men aren't even having kids. Your prediction of the community in the next 10 years for the whole country. It's not just black community, right? This is the Mouse Utopia. We actually did. Go back and look at my video on the Mouse Utopia. But gumption from mommy and come from actually the gumption from mommy and actually comes from that's been passed down from slavery. Who's in charge of the slave quarters? Okay, go back and read any slave narrative. Go back and look at any old fashioned video. Right? Remember Harlem Nights? Who's the matriarch? Right? Who came and mommied everybody? Right? Okay, that was Della Reese. Della Reese was a hoe, right? But thing is, in that organization, right? In that organization, she mommied everybody. She's the matriarch of the whole clan. Okay, Harlem Nights was a clan. Okay, there's several. I might okay. I might have to start reviewing movies and shit like that, man, so you guys can actually see this kind of stuff. In fact, we just there was something that Doc wanted me to review from called from Winning Time. I, s- it, I might do it on Patreon as a series review. Winning Time with the Lakers with Magic Johnson and Cookie and the mother, how they actually put them together. Okay, Magic's mother was the matriarch. Okay, Magic Johnson's mother was the matriarch of the family. A lot of the matriarchal tendencies was actually in built into that series with Magic's family. Interesting stuff. Alchemy of Love and Lust, Teresa Crenshaw. Right now, remains the best. Well, they have to. They have to increase rates. Okay, they're still on top right now. But Mommy is part of the she's the chief of the clan, right? Can white women give black men statues? Statue is just form of it. Talking about the status. In a sense, yes. Okay. In a sense, yes. Just your white card. But she can't give but the thing is she can't inherit the black man can't inherit the same status that black woman can inherit from a white man. I said you're in ROTC. I can see you either as a commission officer or warrant. How come we didn't continue on that path? I'm a Sigma, and there's a whole lot of questions, man. I was actually slated to actually go to. I'm gonna tell this. I don't normally tell this because it's embarrassing to me. So actually, I was actually a couple of steps away from actually going to the Air Force Academy. Okay, that's me. Okay, that's me being an underachiever. I was actually slated to actually go. There's things that happened where I couldn't go, but that's where I was actually picked to actually go to the Air Force Academy. So I probably would have been commissioned officer. Or I would have been a commissioned officer. Um, in that vein. Now, where I would have gone from there is there's no telling. Okay, but I was actually recruited to actually be in the Air Force Academy. Okay, shout out to the SAT and the AFVAB, which I maxed the AFVAB. I got a very high score in SAT, and that lined me up in their sites to be recruited by the Air Force. In fact, with the last time I took the ASVAB, I was 21. I was 21, 22. And I went to the recruiter's office because I hated my job at the time. I wanted to see if I could just go someplace else, man, and start over, right? So I went in there, took the to the ASVAB, right? So I took the ASVAB, not that big a deal, right? Now, 2 days later, recruiter called me and said, he said, you have qualified for every job that we have. So, and he said in South in the recruiting station where he was, which is in South, not South Central, a little further over, which is Inglewood. People shout out Inglewood. He said he had never seen that before. Okay, so even though, which is why women always pick me because I am a low budget elite, quote unquote. So in other words, I come cheap. Okay, so that's why a lot of women that are 87s and 89s pick me because I'm cheap to get. Okay. Have a lot of good qualities and stuff like that, and I'm cheap. So I'm like on a discount shelf. Like, oh, what's this doing on the shelf? So like that. So I'm at the budget store. So I'll tell you that. So simply, I don't normally bring it up because what I could have done. So I look at it and said, okay, your life could have changed. My grandson said, what if I had to do it all over? What would I have done? One of the things I would have pushed harder, actually complete my stuff and go to the academy. Okay, because I was pretty close. Okay, I mean really that close. We had gone through the taking the test, went to the seminar, and got checked out by you know, by the uh, by the officers and stuff like that, and they liked me, whatever that is, and And so I was that close. So it is what it is, man. You can't go back. You can't go home again, right? And the second thing to fuck up your life is women. Okay. Black women will fuck up your life, okay, if you don't get the right one. Medical students already have told the applicant not to use that for personal stand. Yeah, good luck. Doomed means thinking a field of flowers is getting hit by a car. Oh, good lord. Black cities in the metro Atlanta. We don't need to fantasize about some Tulsa like Shangri-La. Yeah, you know what, man? If black folks gotta stop stop looking for the sizzle and look for the steak. So basically, you guys are getting me cheap because I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be in a space like this, okay? Because I'm not supposed to be one. I'm one of us, but I'm supposed to be one of them. That's what they had me slotted for. Which I tried to get my daughter to be one of them and not one of us, but she picked the same route. She wanted to be one of us. So Marvin Gaye was that dude. He was okay. He was that dude. But Teddy Pendergrass was something else. Let's put it that way. Yeah, not doom and gloom is called problem solving and finding base solution based information and options. My thing is to give you a outlook. I'm pointing out what could happen. Okay. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. Depending on your outlook, your perspective. May wants the Manosphere to turn into a typical black church. She's a matriarch. She's a gynocrat. That's what she wants to hear. Smokey or Marvin? I take Marvin over Smokey. After holding up Finland is doing ADO, transshipping, Russian oil, but the rest of it, it's one of those things. It's called sanctions. That's the problem. I'll say that much. Peachy the stick is already it is that's just a natural evolution. Okay, we want the truth regardless if we can handle it or not. Deeply appreciate you. Uh, Arizona State Prep Academy has my fifth grader studying the novel "I Survived the American Revolution." I can't recall doing this in fifth grade. What they have for these kids changes. Algae, mushrooms, and synth meat. Uh, Sometimes we organize bug matter too. Depends on what it is. Bug meal. What do you think about the reading rest of the? They're meeting to solidify their roadmap. Okay, there's a lot of things that's going on right now came from that meeting. Okay, and everybody knows it. With Niger, we noticed right after the meeting, not the Niger coup, right? A lot of stuff came from that meeting. From a starting working class man to high value, reaching a peak value is more is that more transition or transformation? It could be both. Transition, if you if you embrace just the money. Transformation is you actually get into the same society. Okay, it's different. Dark news, please. You ever listen to Skipworth Turner's thinking about? I don't think so. I don't think I ever heard that one. You think World War III would stop AI from taking over humanity? Is way forcing us back to the sticks? It could be. There would be a clean slate. There'd be AI depends on energy. You wipe out the infrastructure, it can't survive. Clarissa Shields, I wouldn't do it if I was her because she can't. Okay. In the future, how can we get on live to ask questions directly? Okay. You'd probably better do it in a few minutes. I've just been taking questions from the chat. Yeah, it's been an hour and a half. Let's see if Gigi's doing anything. If he's not doing anything, I'll give you guys like maybe 45 minutes to ask questions directly. I don't think Gigi's doing anything. I do not see him. Give me a second. Let me check my phone. I'll be right back. All right. I shall, let's see, copy, present. Well, the best way to ask me questions, especially if it's going to be personal, is on my Patreon, because my Patreon basically is all about the Patreon members. When I do a stream for the patrons, it's about what they want to talk about, if it's astrology, if it's business, if it's politics, everything's wide open. And sometimes we go down rabbit holes that we can't go down in public. So, but that is the link in case you want to come in directly. How do I deal with a noisy neighbor and kids with no father? Move, unless you're going to be stepfather. And see, not a surprise. Della Reese, St. Josephine. What you beaming in on, Albert?
Transporter 7 still. 7 has to be my favorite number. So.
Your favorite number? Okay.
So I'll stick with Transporter 7.
7. Big ship, huh?
Yeah, I watched your videos on Hillary Clinton. I'm shocked they let that stay up.
I guess it's so old, but at the time it was, wasn't a big deal because that was widely known. But yeah, and I it was actually um, it was private for so long. I guess they forgot about it. But yeah, I said that a long time ago, man. It's like people forget. Um,
Spot on, but I was like, dang, they let this stay up.
yeah,
This sound like something that should be on Patreon. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I
Because
know.
you kind of unveiling some of the behind the scenes shit. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna talk about it here, but I was like, damn.
Now, without paying them, he needs to be sufficiently, compensated for this.
No. The thing is, it's really not about pay. The thing is what they don't respond to Patreon. They respond to me doing it on a public public stream, right? Because Patreon is a limited number of people, like maybe 50 people watching, 40, 50 people watching max, and I may get 300 views on it. So it's limited. Okay, it's only limited to people that they're actually Patreon. So they're not as itchy about it. And I tried to do it in a seminar that's not on YouTube at all. Okay, the motherfuckers cut my stream. They cut my internet, man. Like,
yeah, they
cut.
there.
Remember that? Well, like 7 minutes in, they cut my internet. So, in other words, motherfucker, keep doing it the way you're doing it, okay? Because if whatever, I don't think they have access to StreamYard's servers. Okay, so they can't come back because YouTube, even though it's private, they have access to it. Okay, so
I was
Yeah,
just being I was just being playfully sarcastic with AB,
yeah.
but I see what you mean, sir.
It's yeah. It is
Mhm.
it's very different. What I'm saying is, and that's the thing about the Air Force Academy. I don't talk about it because it's embarrassing to me, man. But I was actually slotted to go.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So so
Fair enough.
it's so some people would brag about it. I think I was actually picked to go to the academy.
Hmm.
I picked to go to Cal Berkeley.
Ooh,
Uh, Where's another school? Okay, University of
UC
Dallas,
Berkeley, you mean?
UC Berkeley, yeah, University of
Okay,
Dallas.
because when we said Cal Berkeley, I got confused.
Yes, Cal University, UC Berkeley, California Berkeley. It's Cal Berkeley, Cal.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was called. Okay.
it's
Hmm.
called Cal. Okay, if you look at the team, we call Berkeley Cal. Okay, because it's the
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
first. It's
Ah,
the
right, right.
first
Oh, I
one.
learned
Okay.
something new.
Uh, who else is? What else school I was picked for? A couple of schools in Michigan. Um, but yeah.
Would have been like Michigan and Michigan State.
No, actually, you know what? Actually, was University of was actually GM University to be an engineer.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. It was General Motors,
Ooh.
GM University.
Speaking of which,
Okay.
what are your thoughts on them possibly striking?
Who?
Ford, General Motors, or somebody else?
Everybody. This is back to the '70s. Everybody gonna strike because inflation is killing them, man. They can't survive, so they have to strike to actually get more money. So the last time you had this range of strikes is actually right after it went off the dollar and inflation started to go up. So that's what you're gonna see.
But wouldn't they use this opportunity to, I guess, squeeze in automation more so? They go on strike. They'll use it
They,
for like justification, stuff like that.
that's gonna come anyway because people are not going on strike just to go on strike. The inflation is going to
Right.
happen, right? And there's only so many ways out once you make this decision, right? You accelerate everything, right? And
Okay.
put yourself in their shoes. Okay, there's only so much you can
Oh,
raise
absolutely.
price. There's only so much you can raise prices, right?
Hmm.
There's only so much you can pay your workers. Okay, so you get squeezed in between. What you're forcing business to do is actually automate. AI, machines, all kinds of stuff. Now you're making it cost effective to actually automate. So
Yeah.
that's the path that we're on, and with this acceleration of equipment and programs and stuff like that, the plethora is actually coming. It's actually going to get cheaper. So
Yeah.
like I
That's
said,
what really does.
hold on to your hats. That's all I can say. Hold on to your hats.
Definitely.
And so
Definitely.
it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
And God bless people, man, because you know, um, there's a lot of things that could have been done because my thing
Mm-hmm.
is that the government should not have let these REITs buy up all these houses and apartments and shit like that, man, keeping these prices high instead of letting descend back to where people could actually afford them, like supply and demand. They're actually altering supply and demand, right, by taking the supply off the books, okay, instead
Yeah.
of correcting the situation. So what's going to happen is it's as long as interest rates were low, you could kind of get away with that a little bit. But once interest rates start rising, which is when you put yourself in that
And
position,
apparently they're not done.
they
Uh,
can't be done is because to keep
yeah,
the
but
dollar afloat, keep the dollar in its position, you're going to have to make it more attractive. How you do that? Two ways: either produce, more stuff, okay, or do what? Raise interest rates so that your bonds and your dollar becomes more attractive. Okay, those are the only two ways, right? Okay. The
mhm.
Yeah.
the third, the other way is there's another way, which is the third way. Austerity is actually take down your economy a few notches so that the goods and services will actually become cheap. Okay. I might
Can you
go over.
explain that?
I might go over it because it's a very standard practice. Okay, coming
Okay.
from the gold standard about doing that. I might talk about it. But the thing is, so you basically put yourself in a squeeze. Okay, because if you reduce the economy too much, you put too many people out of work, you're gonna have riots. Okay. That's what's going on in France right now. You're gonna have riots. You're gonna have riots. You're gonna have all burnings. You're gonna have all kind of pissed off people, right? The thing is, you got 330 million people. You
So
put
that's why they attacked Niger, huh? They need that money.
Well,
Okay, I'll shut up about that.
okay.
Is that from behind
right,
the wall?
right now, Nigel's real fucking sensitive right now. I can't tell you how sensitive that shit is. Okay,
I'm just gonna say one thing. Woo.
what's up, Charles?
So I'm just cutting up some chicken. That's all. Just a simple man with a plan. Uh,
Word.
uh, a simple man for a plan. Right now, I
I'm,
don't
I'm,
know.
I'm
It's
I'm sure
kind of
you. I'm sure you're getting calls right now, Charles, about going outside the states. I'm sure you're getting calls.
how would you know?
Mm.
I'll tell you this, man. I'll tell you this. Besides working with a whole lot of vets on my job, and besides getting involved with Craig Hewlett, who has a lot of former officers with a lot of special skills that recruited people like you. Okay, I talked to them people, right?
Hey,
Craig
I be
talked to them,
glad all
and
the
I talked to
edibles.
them. I talked to several people that recruit people like you.
Hey,
Okay,
if you're gonna wear a shirt, at least wear your own brand.
and 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 uh, and guys with a certain set of skills come with that demand certain fees, okay, that are in six figures, okay.
As I like to say, a got gun will travel. And
Have a gun will
when
travel, and
when my
trust.
VA counselor gets off of vacation next week,
Uh-huh.
well, should be the 14th. I'm gonna tell her to send me back to Colorado because that's also a specialty, the PSD course, and also the designated defensive marksman course.
Yeah.
They're gonna
Which
teach you how to shoot 1,500 yards.
which you probably already know how to do. But that's beside the
Hey,
point.
you just want to. It's all about this. It's all about certifications, and
Certification. Yeah.
and
Well,
and also,
what I'm
hey, there's
what
the brand.
what I'm saying, I'll tell you this.
Cheap plug.
Charles probably won't tell you. If it wasn't for his son Peanut, he probably would have lived a completely different life. Let's put it that way.
Well, that's exactly for my son Peanut. I would have lived a total different life.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a certain brother that told me that actually he was Samoan, okay, quote unquote paratrooper, right? And he told me, on the low, that that somebody offered him a certain amount of money, like $1.50. I'm not talking about $1.50 to go
Mm-hmm.
to to actually go to a South American country, right? And he turned it down because, man, I said I got a wife and kids. And it's not. He said that's not enough money. I got a wife and three kids, not enough money. He turned it down.
Yeah,
Now
that's
that
So
my
poor
son,
man.
now that my son's a little bit older, I can get away with more shit.
hmm
And nigga like money, so
nigga, like money, you take more risk. But yeah, well, as soon as Charles told me about his background and that he's an officer and he's got a kid, I said, "Don't use his office because he got a kid. Otherwise, he'd have lived a completely different life because guys with his set of skills are hard to come by,
I'll
and
put
they're
it to you
in
this
high
way.
demand." Yeah.
I'll put it to you this way. I was offered twice in my
Yes.
life.
Yes.
I was offered twice in my lifetime to do it. So
Yeah. 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 In fact, when I was on Craig Hewlett, we used to have retreats, right, for his subscribers. Let's put it that way. And a couple of guys we actually recruited for. Guess who? Blackwater.
yeah,
Recruit for them. Okay.
yeah.
So I'm
You
just saying.
gotta you gotta remember that I'm adding on skills, to pay the bills, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of skills and a lot of connections I made this past
Yeah.
year and a half that I'm getting offers to go to South America, Middle
Mm-hmm.
East.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I just put in an application for a police lieutenant for this college.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting some offers. Hell,
Yeah. Well.
quote unquote, I'm getting
Yeah.
offers for the DOJ.
Yeah. Soon as you
Mhm.
told me what you did, I said, I know who you are.
Yeah, pretty much.
I know who you are. You know. I
I
know.
never wore a certain color beret, but I did
Yes.
work with those fellas.
Yeah, but the thing is there's a because you got to remember those guys that go through their training, it's like a million plus a pop, right? They can only afford to send so many guys through that kind of training. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, so what they do is they give people like Charles similar training, okay, similar training, but at a tenth of the price. So instead of putting $1 million into them, they put $100,000 into them. You know, so
And it's funny because
they'll develop 10 guys as a team for $1 million rather than one guy. But that's that's how they do it.
and it's funny because when I go to those certain places like Triple Canopy,
Mm-hmm.
and places like that,
Mm-hmm.
they look at my background and they like
Yeah, they laugh. Yeah.
they like ready when you are. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 And people, door kickers actually come in high demand, especially when you have to go to certain countries that are a little lawless. Okay.
Third
And
world
it's
countries, huh?
crazy. And it's crazy
They're
because
not always third world. Okay. If you
here's a little tidbit
if
that people don't know.
if he really wanted to sign up, Ukraine would love to have him. Okay, if he wanted to sign up right now,
I wouldn't even have to fight. I would
huh?
just be the
Be
firearms instructor.
the instructor. Yeah.
I
Hey
mean,
Charles,
yes, sir.
if I send you money, do you got any patches or T-shirts?
For my brand,
Yeah, your company.
I
You got
could
any
get
swag made?
I could get them made
Yeah,
because
because I
they
I
lost
got
my.
your phone number. I send you money and I send you my address. Like
That's
if
cool.
you got any
I
swag and
mean, this
stuff,
is one.
I
This
support
is
you.
one of my shirts. Right here with my company on it. And if I, well, I'm too damn big to go around my back like I used to be, but you know, it's too damn big for it to be accurate. I have the symbol much bigger on the back, so that's gonna be. I'm gonna
Don't you
develop
have a
some
mirror?
t-shirts, huh?
Don't you have like a huge mirror you can just like reflect it on or something?
Not up here. I'm in the kitchen.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got
Okay.
any
Oh,
Velcro?
right. You in the
Velcro?
kitchen. All right, right, right,
All
right.
right. All
I
right.
do
It's,
have Velcro. I
all
do
right.
have
Velcro
Velcro
patches
patches.
for vests?
Yes, I do. Matter of fact, I wear them. I wear
Yeah,
them for my vest.
I hit you up on the phone then.
So anybody, I mean, I know this is BGS's channel. I can't live stream for a week because I caught a fucking strike. About damn
For
Ah,
what?
5
daggone it.
For what? What'd you get
What?
For
strike for?
what?
because I was putting in the video about the whole thing about the
Oh, yeah. I heard about that. Watch Sergeant Willie Pete got hit with the same thing. Yeah.
Wait, can you repeat that?
Hey,
but I'm
hey,
gonna do it when I get back when I get back, it's gonna be a couple of days. I'm gonna do a cop's perspective of the Alabama, brawl, little Birmingham
Oh,
brawl. But
don't
I'm
swing
gonna,
that chair.
I mean,
And
it's
cheers for
funny
press.
because a buddy of mine, he's a lieutenant in the department, and he even made a meme of him running out with a chair when a cop needs backup.
I have
He's
seen
running with.
a chair.
I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's
the chair
funny.
meetings are going wild. I'm thinking about doing one myself because them chair
I
meetings
mean,
they going.
the chair mania. I did a couple of memes if you on my Facebook and Instagram.
Oh yeah,
Um,
but
oh
that shit on your
man.
left. Oh, that shit on your left was hilarious, man. When I saw that shit, I said, man,
I
I
actually
felt like,
put that. I actually made that one
I know
on your left.
that was hilarious, man. I said, I got this. Oh, I said, these niggas, I can't take them nowhere,
I
man.
actually made that one, and I was like, "Oh, you left." Take that on your left.
No. Hey, fam, on your left.
So there's a lot of more chair swinging than you see in a WWE event,
Yeah.
huh?
Anyway, any other
But
questions?
I'll say this real quick since we on a slight topic. If you want me to sell T-shirts of my brand and my company, for everybody listening, I don't know how many people on here. Give me a woo in the chat if you're interested, and I'll start the process of getting shirts, polos, and patches made. Give me a woo.
Ooh yeah.
And I'll try to sell them for whatever I got and see what people like, and we'll go from there.
They're considering enrolling my son in JRTC when he was away to develop leadership skills. Actually, he developed because he actually played basketball. He's actually a very good basketball player. He's actually recruited by 5 schools. But his
Ah.
mama kind of dropped the ball on that shit. And basically, that's why I said your Charles will tell you sometimes you got to get your sons, right? I tried to
You
get
have
him.
to.
I tried to get him.
Oh,
His
hell
mama
yeah.
fought to keep him. I told him with 13, hey, you need to be with me so I can actually get you where you need to be, right? And he dropped that ball. He was recruited by 5 schools. He couldn't go for certain reasons. Okay. So
Uh-huh.
that set him back. He wanted to play ball. He could play ball. In fact,
Certain reasons. What was her name?
it had nothing to do with women, okay? His mama and she.
I got it. I got it.
There's the anti-intellectual bent amongst black women, especially, right? Especially toward their
Hmm.
boys.
Unfortunately.
They don't want their boys to be smarter than them.
And they don't want their boys to be smarter, and plus they're trying to keep their boys, for whatever reason, close.
Tamped down.
Okay? Yeah, tamped down. So there's, anyway.
And it's actually getting worse because now I'm starting to see they don't want the girls to be smarter than me either.
Codependency, anybody?
Well, yeah. That's a matriarchal clan type of thought, and it's sad. It's sad. But
It's
anybody
called
else
strong.
say what?
Strong,
Oppo?
keep the body strong, but the
How do you
mind.
pronounce your name? Is it Oppo or what's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, it's Oppo.
Okay, all right. But what
Well-
you say? We didn't quite get you.
Oh, my apologies. It sounds like, I guess, a corrosive version of Highlander syndrome, with the
No.
matriarchy.
Is that the matriarchy is at okay? It's like a matriarchies don't grow very well, expand very well because
Don't tell them that.
no, it doesn't. It does. Any matriarchy doesn't span very well. Is because it's closed. Because women's nature is to keep everybody close, enclosed into a tight clan, right? They don't want
Mhm.
they don't want their children and the men to venture out. Okay, whereas patriarchy is about exploring. It's really about conquering.
It's about exploration and conquering.
And conquering. Okay, let's get it out of the way. Basically, if men left to their device, that's how they actually invented sports, right? It's because boys left their own devices would actually form a hunting party and go out and explore as a group. Okay, so they actually use that for the military. Actually uses that instinct. Sports teams, other kind of groups actually use that kind of hunting behavior to actually form teams. Like even in the IT world. No, in the IT world, right? Okay. Boys actually form up to actually hunt and basically developing software is a simple where guys actually clan up. Actually clan up and actually get together and actually develop something. That's a
Go ahead.
I
can tell you, you would not have video games if you like they are now if women ran that process. Oof.
No, they won't.
That's a scary. Ooh, that's a scary thought.
Don't make me start singing like Bishop Bowie.
We would not have video games or software like you have it now if women ran that process.
Let me put it to you this way, folks. Let me put it to you this way, folks. Women do not take risk. Okay?
Exactly.
They play it safe. So it's been very sad mindset. You have outliers, of course, but most of those outliers are probably trained by men. So when if men don't risk it the biscuit, guess what? You don't get advances.
Yeah.
That's true. That's definitely true. Yo, BGS, guess who just confirmed?
Go ahead,
bro.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Go ahead, Oppo.
Okay. Guess who just confirmed everything y'all been talking about in this space, bro? I literally just had a conversation with a dude.
Okay, who?
A black boomer that's a tradesman, bro, in a trucking field.
Okay.
Like, bro, like literally everything. It's like a 30-minute conversation, bro. He went from the parental alienation, his wife poisoning his son's mind, turning against him, all that stuff, bro. The court battles going back and forth, bro. He did like some maneuver work, pretty much. He put all his income in his company and whatnot, and got his child support reduced from like $1,200 a month to like $120 a month.
Okay.
Back in like the 70s and all that stuff, bro. It's like it's crazy. Like
revenge is sweet. Yeah.
It is. It's definitely sweet though. Like I never doubted what y'all saying because I experienced it myself, even with my father and my mother. Just hear someone else like I don't even know at all confirm it, like literally beat by beat, point by point, the same shit these women weaponize against men throughout the decades, bro. It's just crazy. It's like shell shocking.
They're allowed to, and basically that's those rules have evolved over 200 years, man. They've evolved slowly, coming from northern England and coming to America, and this is the way it's actually evolved. So this is actually the turn, like where the pendulum starts swinging back. If they want to keep a society together, otherwise men are out. Men say, "Fuck it, we're out. Either you change it or we're gone. We'll start over someplace else."
I think it's too late at this point now because even though men are pulling back from society and all that stuff, I think on the flip side of that, with these particular men, there's like a vindictive nature that they now foster within themselves because they've been shitting on their whole life, even them, their friends, their fathers, and whatnot. So even if they start, go ahead, sir.
You got to sweeten the spot. You got to sweeten the pot. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to give them guarantees. Okay. Men have just started to state the demands. These are conditions that will come back and actually participate again. It's not just here; it's all over the world. China, Korea, Japan. Okay. Europe. Okay. United States. It's all over. It's a global thing now. That's the problem that they're having. You're going to have to come up with guarantees for men. We want a guarantee. God damn it. Okay, if this bitch turns belly up, she leaves with nothing. That's how patriarchy is actually formed that way in the first place. If a man's going to actually sacrifice his life for his kids and his wife, we have to have a guarantee. It's guaranteed. If the bitch turns goes left, she's out. Okay,
right.
Put her out. I keep the kids and the money and the property. You go out with nothing. Either come here, build with me, and stay here, do what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, or either bounce. Women can bounce back in the day if she want to leave. He didn't go looking for her. She wasn't captive, but she would leave with nothing. They weren't.
Do you see it's acquiring that? Do you see it's acquiring that without like having a civil war amongst men and women?
Civil war? Why? How?
Well, this is my theory. It could be wrong and all that, but if we start pushing the pendulum more and more to get what we need, as far as go back to patriarchy and whatnot, my worry is that we have a contingent of men and women who say, "Hey, we're not with this. I guess quote unquote regression back to being normal. So we're fight against it."
It wouldn't be civil war. The society would die because men would stop participating. Okay, society would decline and die. That's what's happening right now. Society starts to decline and die. Korea is just at the forefront. Their fertility rate is 0.7, unsustainable. Okay, you cannot afford for that to happen in the United States. You cannot import enough people. Okay, so they have to swing it back, otherwise it's over. They have to swing it back. And men are actually going to want more and more guarantees. Lifetime alimony probably gone, right? 50-50 child custody.
Shout out to Ron DeSantis for once.
Yeah. Well,
it was a good thing.
My QBG, I don't care where it comes from, but where it needs to come.
Yeah, Texas is doing the same thing right now. Okay, Texas is doing 50-50 custody, no lifetime alimony, paternity. They're working on paternity testing at birth, mandatory. Okay, a lot of shit that men are asking for. If they want to hold on to this piece, they're gonna have to be. What do you think Chetty, Galloway, and Reeves are doing, man? This is global, man. In other words, they tell motherfuckers, if you guys don't get this shit together and give these men something, it's over. And what they're saying is, you know what? A man would rather die alone than live in a house with a fucked up woman. That's what women don't realize.
Amen.
It's that simple. Man. Just allow them
Book
to
of
die.
Proverbs 21:19.
Just allow them to die in their own sword and be indifferent. It's really that simple. Guys just need to be a man. Look at reality and adjust. Let her die on her sword and keep it moving.
All men really want, and that's a small thing, man. It's about being alone. It's check on me so somebody finds my body. That's all they want.
Yeah.
The other shit don't matter. Well, you're gonna die alone. I told my daughter I don't give a fuck about dying alone. Okay.
We all die alone.
All I
remember it was.
I said if I was in a foreign land someplace, I'd pay somebody to take a picture of my grave and send it back to you and let you know that I passed. That's all I need. You don't have to be by my side. Because most of the time you're gonna be fucking alone anyway.
Is that pragmatic or is that black people? Because goddamn, bro.
No, when I was young,
as a teacher, if you end up dying in Eritrea, I promise you can be buried in my ancestral village. I'll make sure of that.
No,
I'll have you buried right next to my father, so you guys can get to know each other.
When I was
Oh, I'm sorry to mention this. Huh?
Let's talk to them.
Okay. No, y'all go ahead.
I got you muted, Encrypted Wolf. You're making a lot of noise. Unmute yourself, Encrypted Wolf. You're muted.
This man said one womb, one tomb. I'm done.
I like that. I like that. One slur, Dardar. I'd rather drink muddy water. Thank you, Lou Roll, for that song. Hell, I remember BGS. I remember when you mentioned Isaac Hayes. By the time I get to Phoenix, thank you for that song as well.
Oh yeah.
I asked my uncle and my dad about that song. And they talked about that and everything.
Oh, they remember
it?
Yeah.
Well, my uncle does. I couldn't. My dad, couldn't really talk to him and everything. Plus, for me, recently he just passed away, so I'm a little messed up about it.
And it was actually a white boy that actually wrote the song. It wasn't a black guy that wrote it.
You know what's also funny? There was a song I remember by Marvin Gaye and Diana Ross called "My Mistake." Mm-hmm. That was actually written by a black woman and a white English woman.
I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And that's the song most guys should be singing whenever they look at their ex.
Hopefully you don't have to, man.
Oh well, sometimes, or we can be like B, or we can be like Diddy, Nature's teaching you how to love me. And that's all Mary Winans. I don't that curse.
We're one CME or one EMP incident from Return of Patriarchy. Not necessarily. Okay. The default of any clan is the matriarchy. That's the default. Patriarchy is actually developed for agrarian society.
Yep.
Before that, it was actually the clan, or actually a matriarchy, more like the Native Americans are actually mostly matriarchies.
You're gonna get a whole lot more than that with the EMP.
Huh?
I was saying you're gonna get a whole lot more than that with the EMP.
You get a die off. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, with the stuff going on right now, man, women should be so far at the bottom of the list. I just wonder about guys these days. There's a lot going on.
That chip inside people's brains are harder to turn off than you think.
I don't. Maybe I just don't have one.
That there's people that are in certain positions, like numbers guys deal with finance and numbers, and so they see it. You guys see it develop over time, so you turn it off over time, because at the end of the day, the numbers are numbers. Okay.
Exactly.
So basically, when you do numbers, you do finance, you do either high level government or finance or even military, right? At some point, basically, you have to abandon all hope, because the term "it is what it is" in numbers. Okay, there is no magic. There's no magic. Okay, it is what it is. Okay,
that's right.
Yeah. When you can do kind of jujitsu to fool people, to keep them on that train, on that track. So don't ignore the man behind the curtain, right? Okay. Yeah. But at some point, you run out of road. Okay. Yep. And the money has to come from somewhere. People don't realize money. It's got to come from somewhere. Either it comes from you or it comes from somebody else. It's got to come from somewhere. That's the problem I have with people. The American dollar, the stuff you live off, doesn't just come from here. Okay, it doesn't.
That's right. Yeah. I tell guys, I say, it's, at least for me, I say all you need is 2 years of accounting so you can look at any kind of financial statement or balance sheet, whether it's the state or the national government, or obviously yourself or wherever you work if it's a public company. And when you look at just consumables, women and children consume over 70%.
Yes, they do.
Okay, over 70%
by design.
Exactly. So, and then when you, unfortunately, guys sit here and waste their time listening to women talk about guys aren't producing and yada yada yada, even though men still pay the majority of taxes, income taxes, regardless, and we're still producing the majority of profitable companies. We're still employing way more people than women. The vast majority of these companies that women these registered companies are actually by women, by females, are actually single. You know, one person LLC. So I guess because again, I do the numbers, man. I can see so straight through the bullshit. Like it's white noise. Because it's like, to me, like, y'all really sitting here listening to this trash. That's how it is for me. It's like, this is trash. Like, I could just give the numbers and the sources. Like, the shit is not what people think is going on, man. Women don't produce shit.
Yeah. And you learn pretty quickly. You start losing money. I think I lost like a couple of grand in one day. You start getting pretty tenuous about reading your numbers. Okay,
man. I know.
If you're doing commodities, man, you know, depending on what you got your money into, that's not a bad day. Okay, hey, let's put it. It's called limit up 2 days in a row. Limit down 2 days in a row. Okay, get your mind right real quick.
I know two guys that lost. One guy, he lost about 500 grand in a day, and another guy, it was like 200,000, something like that. So that's why that's why when these guys talk about these women, I'm like, yo, I got better shit to do. Think about these women are easy.
I told Dr. J, man, Dr. T, go look at the movie Margin Call, right?
Oh, love it.
Which is the beginning of the crisis, right?
Yep. Oh wait.
At the very beginning of the crisis, and see what they're talking about, man. About those quants and how much money they can lose. And the guy at the head, he did not miss a beat. Okay.
Jeremy.
Yeah. Oh, cold.
Yeah.
Man. Cold. Go. It's actually free on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Go watch the movie Margin Call. That's what happens. That's what happened at that level. That's actually what happened in 2008, man. 2007, really. It started with the call from with Kramer's Meltdown. The company was what was it? I can't remember the company that lost. They were first.
Not Lehman. Well, no, wait. No,
Lehman
wasn't first.
Lehman wasn't first. It was a smaller company. It'll come to me, right? In fact, when I first, because I knew it was going to happen, because I remember when I saw CDOs and MDOs and all that kind of shit, oh, fuck. I said, okay, it's going to blow up sooner or later, right? When I first started 2000 with him.
You talking about Enron?
No, it wasn't Enron. Enron was small. Enron just kind of California. The Enron was small potatoes. This shit went global. Okay?
Exactly. We were talking. We're talking about the whole fucking system.
Yeah, worldwide. Global.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's the thing is, go back and watch Margin. There's two movies I would suggest, right? Okay, if you really want to know. Well, three movies, right? One is from 1981, which is Rollover, talking about the Saudis investing in the dollar and dollar bonds. Okay,
that was good.
The second one I would say is Syriana. Okay, which is what's going with Syriana is they really talk about MBS, what's going on right now, right? Syriana, and the third one is Margin Call. Watch those three in sequence, right? You'll actually get a really good sense about this whole system and how this money is actually put together, man. It's not,
watch in a particular order.
No.
I would say watch Syriana first. I'm not sure, but Roller, which was first, which is talking about the oil. If you actually want to see a side one, I think it's 3 Days of the Condor, right? 3 Days of Condor. If you really want to get really deep into it, watch a Rollover first. Watch 3 Days of the Condor, which talks about the CIA and them trying to cover that shit up, right? Watch Syriana, which is about MBS and basically trying to make sure that these resources are actually kept within the dollar framework, right? And then watch Margin Call. Okay, if you want to get scared, watch those four. Okay.
Hey, I got time tonight.
Was the company you thinking of Bear Stearns?
No, it was Bear. I think it is Bear Stearns. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that, but I knew it was Lehman Brothers or something. Bear Stearns. That's I don't know why. It popped in my head, but
because I have never ever seen anybody on a money show like that and actually flip the fuck out, and you see it in his eyes, man.
Oh, you talking about
Kramer. See, I said oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact,
I fought back to his heresy.
No, they had to put Kramer on sedatives, man.
Damn, was that bad?
They had to put Kramer on sedatives and send him to a shrink and then bring him back. Kramer, you got to come back and calm these fuckers down, man. You just can't quit.
And this was in the early 2000s when that happened.
2007, man. That's
2007.
Before that crisis. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone already clutched by then. It was long gone by then. It could have clutched by 2000, 2001.
Enron got caught cheating with
energy,
right? And basically, because they couldn't pay the money back. That's how come Governor Schwarzenegger got into office, right? Because other governors actually going to come after Enron and make them pay the fucking money back, and they couldn't. Okay, so they actually got him out of office and put Schwarzenegger in would actually play ball. Okay,
they were fooling around with the accounting.
Yeah, and they knew it. And
they knew they were fooling around with the accounting. And I had to come in there and fix the problem.
California out of $10 billion, man, and they knew it.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
see, Fauci's black pill. That's why he's laughing. It's funny to him now, man. It's funny to him now.
It's like you guys can see this shit.
In fact, hell, if I can, I might do it. I might do the Behind the Wall as a seminar, man. Actually, show some of this stuff on.
Please.
Oh, please do it.
Might do like a movie night, man. Like starting with Rollover, and actually show it, and stop it, and actually comment on it, man. Because
play by play.
Yeah, like almost like play by play. Yeah. But the thing is, YouTube has all these freaking copyright laws, man, that they fuck with you about. Sometimes you don't even care about it. Man, just don't monetize it. Or give them the money. It doesn't matter, man. Just let me play this shit. But they actually stop it. So I might have to do it on like a webinar that's off YouTube's platform. So I can actually do. That's why I pay the extra money for the webinar to actually show stuff like this. So I might do that. Might do tomorrow if I get some time. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Good luck.
Online speakeasy.
Huh?
He said online speakeasy.
It's like an online speakeasy.
I would even do it here, but thing is, they don't. YouTube is really strict about this shit, man.
Yeah.
In fact, I was officing a gentleman. I got stopped like in midstream.
Right.
Yeah. It's like they don't play. So I said, okay, you have to do it a different way. So, but the thing is,
they're spooks, man.
No, but it wasn't that they have a really strict copyright shit. The AIs are really aggressive.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I kind of don't blame them because a lot of people don't realize when you play other people's screens, those movie companies will come after you.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So they have.
I don't mind. Take. Basically, go ahead and take whatever AdSense is out and take the money. Give me a copyright claim and keep it pushing, man. But let me play it. The thing is, they won't even let you play it. So that's the problem I have. But anyway,
that's with control.
Any other questions? You gotta keep rolling because we got about maybe 20 more minutes. We're gonna close it out. We're at 2.5 hours almost. Good.
AP, are you going to be holding a hangout tonight, or is it going to be art?
It'll be tomorrow night. Art's tonight, right?
Art's tonight.
Yeah, Art just tonight.
That's what I mean. Is he holding it tonight, or is it going to be you, AP?
Oh yeah, Art's. I already looked. Art's holding one tonight.
He's holding no. AB, you're tomorrow, right, AB?
Yep.
Because I think Art a bit more is working.
Yeah, Art has to work, so I'll have him covered. I'll try to cover for him tomorrow.
So Instant Media has the comm, right? He's coming up from the lower decks, all right?
All right.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good show.
Yeah. Well, you're the king of the lower decks, man. So I said Instant Media's coming up. So a Transporter 7 is on the lower decks.
Yeah, but they made a cartoon. It's like a cross between The Simpsons and Star Trek Next Generation. I love it.
In fact, they're supposed to have a crossover between that and Strange New Worlds.
They already had it.
They had it? Okay. How was it?
It was nice. It was pretty good.
Okay.
They got they transferred Mariner to real life. she's a crazy black chick. She's doing. She's kind of the goofball of Lower Deck. She's always doing some goofy shit to piss off her mama, who's the captain of the ship. It is hilarious, and the daddy just sitting is the admiral sitting back laughing.
Okay. Oh, guess who's up, man? Basically, Meta Universe is doing a review of the Princella thing. Okay, so we're headed over there in about 15 minutes.
Okay, cool.
All right.
What did she say this time?
You gotta remember, Princella's a bitch, not a bitch, but a pimp.
Who's Princella?
The Queen Maker.
I ain't never heard no Queen Maker.
That's what she calls herself now. But she making money though. I can't knock her hustle. Them bitches they buying it.
Just call out the bullshit.
Snapping it up.
Who calls themselves the Queen Maker?
She reminds me of Sinful to P. The way she tries to talk. What I say. Anyhow,
I'm glad I say how these YouTube streets for the most part.
All right, we got 10 minutes. Y'all get in. All right.
BTS.
Yes, sir.
Would you mind if I open up like a swear jar? Oh wait, sometime.
A swear jar?
Yeah, for every time you're doom and gloom on your podcast, I'm gonna open up a swear jar and donate to charity. How you feel about
that? Whatever y'all want to do, man. Okay, let me ask you guys the question, man. What do you when she says gloom and doom? What do you think she means? Because when she
I'm gonna tell you what she meant.
Her feelings.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm gonna tell you what it meant.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what it meant. It meant because she couldn't dispute it. She got in her feelings because you told her the truth instead of something that made her feel good.
Okay.
And the truth, it's like, I'll give you an example today. A chick off of Facebook dating hit me up when she was like, when I mentioned I do podcasts, and she says, what do you talk about? Black relationships and comic book. She's like, well, what do you think was wrong with the black woman side? Y'all don't understand black men?
They do not, yeah.
What do you think? But of course, you know what the caveat is. Do you think men are always the problem? I said, men actually admit whatever issues they have. You don't see that on the other plan. Then she blocked me, which was funny to me.
Yeah,
which was funny. It was funny as shit. It was funny as shit to me because that's the reason why you don't have a man.
You know what? I tell black men. Hey,
what's that?
Don't be Toto, okay?
No, that's the reason. And that's the reason why I told her, you're not gonna like what I'm gonna say because it's honest. I said, y'all never understood your men. You look at your men as an accessory, just like you do a diamond bracelet.
And the mouth drops, and the mouth drops open, right?
Yep. And she's like, well, that's not true. You don't see what black men do. I said, we see what black men do, but tell them. But I asked her. I said, but yet, look at the negative media that was against black men, and that was a lie. But when we tell the truth about y'all get butthurt. Man, she hit that block button so quick, I laughed my ass off.
Allergic to the truth.
Out of this one. Allergic to accountability. I said, you can't even be accountable. I said, here's my shit. Tell me what value do y'all bring to a man's life right now? And don't tell me anything a man can do himself. Because most of the time,
we do ourselves too.
Remember, and don't tell me pussy because that's standard issue for every fucking
model.
Right. What did what's his name? The basketball player saying it's cheaper to buy it.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas.
Gilbert Arenas.
It's true.
It's cheaper to buy it.
It's true. But yeah. BJ, what May wants you to do is to lead the guys off a cliff with hope.
Lemmings, huh?
That's what she wants.
The Pied Piper, huh?
Yeah.
You know what? I think it's worse than that. I think she wants you to sanitize the message, like I'm not gonna say his name because we're already done with that shit. But pretty much just sanitize the message, tap it down, and just make it more, I guess, digestible for them, which ain't gonna happen.
No, it's not about digesting. It's not about digesting. It's that I had to tell this to one of my female friends. When I said men and women are not equal, the world doesn't treat us equal. We don't look at each other as equal, so why the fuck? I'm okay with that. Men are okay with equal outcome, with equal opportunities, not equal outcomes. Why the fuck? How many women, since women can join the fucking combat arms, are going in droves to combat arms? Duh, women don't want to fucking put their ass on the line for shit. Duh.
You know, I never have these types of conversation for the most part with Asian, Hispanic women, like at all. And every once in a blue moon, or growing up, I mean, maybe a handful of times with like a white woman. That's about it. But like, it seems like, again, you know, black women don't seem to get it. But I mean, I've literally had white women just flat out, like, they will say it in front of other women. They don't care. Men are simple. All you need to do is blah, 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 blah. These women are useless. I mean, they say it in front of women.
They get tired of the truth.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the older women do say that about the younger women. They're really useless now.
Yeah.
They're useless. They don't bring. This is the thing about it. I remember me and the Padawan was having a debate, and I said, a lot of shit that y'all see is cultural. He's like, prove it. Take the educated bitch and take the ratchet one. Play certain songs in a club. Can you tell the difference?
Nope.
You know what he did? He had a shocked look on my face and shook my hand. You can't
Bro,
tell
you
the
find out
difference.
knowledge, bro.
No,
You
but
can't tell the difference.
But that's that in this day and age, that's considered bashing. Just observation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Hey, you know what? It's bashing. They said, "Do you bash women?" Yes, I do, and twice on Sunday. Okay.
I do it like
And 3 times on Monday.
Hey,
that time.
here's my belt. Don't make me pull this thing out, okay?
I do it like Superman wears a cape with pride.
With pride.
BGS.
Yes, sir.
Now I gotta give you an answer. AB, follow my lead here. BGS Egmore is brought to you by Daddy Joe's Rawhide Belts. The belts designed for chapping that hide raw.
Oh God.
That's Daddy Joe's. Wait. That's Daddy Joe's Rawhide Belts. Salute to Gary, Indiana, from Snowman in the Morning.
This is how superstars are made. Anyhow, your closing thoughts.
Wait a minute. Who remembers, like, AV, if you remember every once in a while on Snowman, you know, he'll bring up that clip from Pootie Tang where Pootie Tang's whooping that dude's behind on the hood of the car? I remember Chris Bass looked at that and said, "Don't do it. That's a waste of a good belt. Don't do that. Don't do that mess."
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I'll say this about
the
last
Snowman.
part.
All right.
You
Going
know,
into closing thoughts in a minute. Right after it's going into closing thoughts. Go ahead, Charles.
I'll put my closing thought in. Hopefully next week I'll be back up live streaming again. If anybody's interested in Black Line Security Firm LLC gear, my email is in the chat. We're doing shirts, patches, and possibly polos. So, hey. And if anybody needs firearms training and also security in the Maryland area, holla at your boy. Now,
do you offer drive-by services?
Huh?
Do you offer drive-by services?
Depends on how much you're willing to pay. How much you're willing to pay. But
I'll give you an offer you can't refuse.
And I'll tell you, if we don't do drive-bys, we do run-bys. You know, just knock them motherfuckers straight out. But
do the straight up extraction, man.
You know, get your ass to this thing. Oh shit!
Oh, they roll up.
Like it's funny as shit. I'll say this to really be quick with it. Black men, you know, go out there, get whatever education training that you need to succeed. Be so elite that the woman becomes an accessory to you and not the other way around. And you'll never lose in that contest. Woo!
All right. Next.
Well, gentlemen, you heard what the chick said on BGS's video yesterday. Let the table break. Okay, I'll break the table for you. SYSBN Passport Bros. I'm out.
Passport Bros. I'm out. Yeah, let the boat sink. Okay, that's what she said.
You found a black woman to come along. Want to come along with that? Hey,
and put total goes on the boat first. Okay.
Yep.
My final quote is this: as the only Scandinavian up in this motherfucker, bear with me. If he says let the table break, I'll be like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm just gonna fold this shit, send it back to IKEA, and replace it from something from Yisk, which is cheaper. By the way, Yisk is the Danish version. So you can just mosey on up out of the room, please. And to everybody else, y'all ain't shit. God bless you for it. And I just washed the dishes, so somebody got to go take out the garbage. Peace out.
All right. Who's next?
Hey, listen, y'all. Get your trade, get your STEM degree, niche down, and get the fuck out. That's it.
That's right. Get your blue ticket and get the fuck out of here. Yep. Who's
Yes,
next?
sir.
Anybody else? No? Yes? No?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Go ahead.
As usual, appreciate the space. That would be a good idea. You know, definitely reviewing those 3 movies if possible.
Okay.
I mean, I'll definitely be on there. Pay, doesn't matter. I'll be there. And comment to Dardar. I'm not. It's not like Joker. I'm not like Joker. It's more like Ben Affleck Batman. That's my mentality. Okay.
It is what it is. Right?
Exactly. I'm telling y'all something's coming.
That was the best. That was the best Batman ever, by the way. Fuck y'all.
Yes, sir.
Oh, was it? Was he?
Yeah. He's the older, grizzled, not giving a fuck Batman. I will kill you to make Gotham safe.
Yes, sir.
He's a match for Heath Ledger's Joker, huh?
Yeah, he was up there.
Okay, all right.
He was up there.
I got to do a rewatch then. Somebody, Encrypted Wolfie, we got your Borgin. All right. Okay, we can't get you. Mr. Z, closing thoughts.
Opening and closing thoughts.
Opening, closing. What the fuck
opening, closing.
2.5, almost 3 hours. What the fuck you? I know you.
Look, I am literally at work right now, but I got to review it. I have to review it. BGS. Thank you for covering that. Let the table break. Her bitter ass. Anyway, her bitter ass. Get your lame ass the hell up out of here, man. The table been here since black people been on this goddamn planet. Let the table break. Get your lame ass out of here. Look, ADO has been here since 1619. Whenever black women started getting here, that's when the table been here. Since the end of slavery, the table been here. And this bitter little troll over here. Let the table break. Let the ship sink. Let the building collapse. Maybe then they'll feel the way we feel. Get your lame ass the hell up out of here before I kick you off the Titanic before you even sink. Have fun in this cold ass water.
to the curb.
Right. Look, I'm gonna review it too in a little bit. I'm probably gonna do it tonight. Yeah, I welcome everybody to come up. I'm gonna give my commentary and whatever, and then people could come up because I gotta review it. BGS. Thank you for covering it. Shout out to Dr. Ron O'Neill. But yeah, let the table break. Get your lame ass the hell up out of here. And that's my opening and closing. I'm done.
All right. Who's next?
Man, BGS. As soon as they said doom and gloom, man, I wanted to go up there and say, you don't know a thing about Mr. Clark so bad. I just couldn't get on that. I wanted to say it so bad because that's when I talk to young black men. I tell you the worst part about being a black man outside of all the measurable stuff is the gaslighting. Everyone knows your situation and no one wants to talk about it. Down from your moms, your sisters, some of your brothers. And even if they do understand it, they still don't want to talk about it. That's the worst part. So when you have someone who's just telling you like, hey, this is what's going on. Everyone wants to be hell-bent on their narrative. That's what that doom and gloom, I think, is coming from. Like you can't tell them, give them a narrative, give them flowery language and things of that matter, to get them through it, but taking what you said, taking your videos, man, it's just a lot easier to break things down and younger black men, even around my age, and they see it, it's just like, well, at least I can make an educated decision. Yeah. And that's my opening and closing there. Stop gaslighting. You don't know a thing about Mr. Clark. He's just helping us make decisions. And I'm out of here on that.
Yep. All right. That it? All right. Try to get you in the Encrypted Wolf, but I guess you're instrument is not cooperating, so we have to do it next time. I just want to give a shout out to my contributors. Thank you, Salty Balls. Appreciate you. Who else is there? 08. Thank you. Greg, thank you. Marlon, thank you. And Detro, thank you. And also, D. Scott, that's the last one. Appreciate you. But anyway, y'all, I'm out. So I'm headed over to MGTOW Universe, and he's doing his thing, his play-by-play of the Princella incidents, the Queen Makers incident. So I'll see you guys over there. So without further ado,
put the link in the chat.
Okay, I'll do it again. I just put it in there twice, but I'll do it again. MGTOW Universe. There he is. And I'll put the link in the chat.
And to LaVars, I don't have just a steel chair. I also got an AR-15. I got both. I'm totally armed.
That chair is a weapon, man.
Well, that chair food is nothing to fuck with. Like Wu-Tang.
It reminds me of Duke Nukem. I need a weapon.
Get this. You got to do the Affinity War Black Panther. Somebody get this man a chair.
Get this man a chair. And then come up with the chair on your left.
On your left.
All right, folks. We out. Yeah.